Hello, today I get to talk with Dr. Constance Longmire. Everybody calls her Dr. C, and she's an executive coach. How are you today, Dr. C?
Wonderful, doing absolutely fantastic. How are you?
I am good, and I've gotten to have you on the show before, and just to hear a little bit about your coaching business. But for people who have not gotten to watch before, tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Oh my God, I would love to share my information.
Yes.
I am an executive coach. I've been certified twice, one with a nice organization and the other one with John Maxwell with his leadership coaching. And I'm also certified in the DISC behavioral consultant. So I got the whole package. So when someone coaches with me, they get the whole package. We talk about personalities, we talk about their why and how they act, the way they act, and what kind of ticks them off. So we get rid of all that stuff, and so they can fulfill their goals.
The DISC is really interesting too. I've actually taken the DISC before, and in terms of like personality tests, it's really thorough, and it does really help you kind of understand yourself better. And I know that's part of what you're trying to do. You're trying to help people to kind of understand themselves more, correct?
Absolutely. And the disc that I use is through John Maxwell. It's about 40-something pages. So speaking of thorough, we literally go through and we have scenarios. So perhaps that someone's more of a dominant and then someone else is more of a passive. How do they interact?
Okay.
So what signals are you, I know.
So important.
It really is.
Yes.
So what signals are you sending to each other, and how can you both coexist to get the project done? So it's not like diminishing it, because we're made on purpose. This is how we were created. And so I'm not dismissing them. I'm always encouraging them to be who they are, but also remember the compromise.
That's really, really important. And I feel like this can be beneficial for so many different groups, whether it's a company, whether it's a church. I know that you work with churches, really any group of people that need to work together, right?
Absolutely. Whether it's in nonprofit organizations or as far as organizations and businesses, I work with both, even on one-on-one, because sometimes they need that personal coaching. Maybe perhaps you want that promotion, or perhaps there's some challenges on your job and you're like, I just need to know how to navigate through this. Or there's a mom at home and said, okay, I want to start my online business. Or there's someone once said, an entrepreneur, I need a coach, but I want to start off with my personality. How do I relate to clients, to customers? Perhaps they're pretty aggressive, or perhaps how can I get the influencer to understand that, you have to slow down a little bit so people can understand you. So I love it.
Yeah, and that makes sense. So someone who's an individual could contact you and do one-on-one coaching, or an organization could contact you and come in and you could work with them as well.
Absolutely. And that's the fun part. So we have scenarios on both behalf, whether it's a group of 10 or more, or on the one-on-one. We intentionally work through scenarios. Because I just,
so important.
It is, because you can get all this information and not know how to apply it.
Yes, absolutely. And there's always going to be conflict, whether it's a lot of conflict or even just little conflict here and there. And like you just said, it's just so important that we know how to move through that and be able to move through it.
And being able to move through it, because we have to have that. Speaking of conflict, I call it healthy conflict. So there's that healthy conflict, but we have to have that hard conversation.
Yes.
And it is hard.
It is hard.
But it has to be done. So I coach on how to have that hard conversation, depending on personalities.
Yeah. Super important. Okay, so you're also doing coaching certification, because you are an all-star and you can certify other people to do what you do.
Oh my gosh, that's just something that I've been doing. I'm with Peak Institute Training and Coaching Association, which is my business. Peak is my maiden name. So we have so far certified over 100 life coaches in about 5 different states.
Okay.
And so I'm rolling it out again. Hopefully and so I'm sure people want to be life coaches. I have all the background, my experience. I was VP of a healthcare organization. I have HR background. So I have not only do I have the experience in people,
right.
I also have the certification and the credentials so people can get certified. So I'm excited about it. It's only 2 sessions. So we hit it hard. I have guest lecturers coming in. I do a lot with emotional intelligence when they're certified. I have a licensed therapist come in and just talk about, how it is as a therapist and perhaps how your client will be.
Okay.
So I'm heavy into mental awareness.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So if someone is watching this and they are interested in becoming a life coach, becoming certified, where can they find that information?
Oh my God, easy. Just go to my website, www.peekinstitute.com. Right there, there's information right there. They can sign up and be a life coach and start the new year. What a wonderful gift to give yourself.
Exactly. And I mean, even if someone isn't sure if they want to do this or not, and they just want to get some information, could they contact you to just check it out and see if they're interested?
Absolutely. All information is on my website. There's ways to contact me. My email's there. I'll reach back out to you. And I want to learn. I want you to learn about what it's like to be a life coach. If you have that person who's always talking to you, if you're that person, you're like that. Everybody has that friend that,
right.
that
they're
I
the
can
one they go to.
Absolutely. Why not get paid for that? Passive income.
That's true. That's true.
So it works. It works.
All right. Let's wrap up with some words of wisdom today. With someone who's maybe sitting watching, they are considering this life coaching thing. What would you say to them?
Do not be afraid.
Do not be afraid.
Don't
That's
be afraid.
good wisdom, even if it's for anything.
Yeah,
right? Anything you want to go for.
Absolutely. And take a risk on yourself. How many times do we give other people second chances? And that same grace, apply it to yourself.
I love that.
And go for it.
I love that. Apply it to yourself. Take a risk. Go for it.
Yes.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid to make that money.
Yeah.
Why not make money?
Yeah, that's great. Okay. So your website, one more time?
Peek Institute, P-E-E-K, institute.com.
Awesome. Social media?
Oh, you can find me, Dr. Constance Peek-Longmire, on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So I'm out there.
All the places.
All the places.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. C, for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me back.
Yes,
I appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you stay tuned. We've got more great stuff coming up next.